Hello, hi everyone, what's going on my dudes? Welcome to another RuneScape news video. For this video, we're going to be taking a look at and diving into what we can expect from next week's update, the Halloween event. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's go.
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, this is all information coming from the latest live stream. Jagex has actually hopped in game to show off some of the aspects that we can expect with the Halloween event this year. So let's just get into it. As you can see here, and you'll see throughout the video, this is the new hub for the Halloween event. This hub is built to be both accommodating to free-to-play and members. If you haven't noticed, this is the Draynor Manor. They have graphically reworked the Draynor Manor grounds area with this change. It's important to note that this is just the Draynor Manor grounds. It's not the manor itself or any of its interiors, only the grounds itself for this graphical change. When the event is finally over, they do say that the rework will remain as is. However, the more Halloween-y decorations that you're seeing throughout this video will obviously be removed. Now, overall, I do think this is really amazing, and I love to hear your thoughts about this graphical rework. It's really cool to see that they will do these kinds of things when they add additions to content, you know, revitalizing the look of some of these older places, and I hope to continue to see this going forward with other areas. We all know how some areas in the game really need a graphical change, so fingers crossed on that. So obviously you've been seeing it throughout the video. It does look drastically different. There is also a new skybox that has a slight change from how it currently is in game, and the border that is surrounding the manor itself has also been increased in size a bit, which will obviously accommodate not only the new layout, but also the new Halloween amenities that will be available to you for the duration of the Halloween event. So what they wanted to do with the Halloween event, and not just Halloween, you know, holiday events as a whole, is, you know, switch up their approach from what they've done in the past and continue to change going forward. So instead of doing, you know, one and done types of events, maybe a quest or maybe just skilling activities for a certain duration of time while the event is ongoing, they instead have decided to create and build a hub. As you see here, this is going to be the hub going forward for years and years to come. This is going to be the same place every year. So players, you know, when Halloween comes around, they're going to know exactly where to gather and where to skill, because obviously they're going to be putting temporary banks here and skilling activities to make this a much more social experience. They also want to layer on mini quests year after year. With this particular release that was coming out, we're actually getting 4 mini quests that not only see you doing various different activities, but also when each mini quest is complete, it adds to the hub itself and gives you more things to do. So as this is meant to be iterative content, it's very likely that next year, the following year, and so on and so forth, we're going to be seeing even more mini quests and subsequently even more activities added to the hub. They may switch some things out here or swap them there, but the point is it's ever changing and expanding. Speaking of those mini quests, we actually got a sneak peek of the first mini quest that is meant to come out with this update. So let's dive into that. So for this particular mini quest, you're going to be helping Death out. Now Death wants to throw a Halloween party, which makes perfect sense. However, doing so, he's a very busy person and really has his hands full with his whole Halloween party. So he actually can't do his daily tasks as, you know, Death. And that is where you, the player, comes in. Here in this mini quest, he asks you to collect some fragmented souls that he would normally do himself but can't, for the aforementioned reasons. So what he does is he'll hand you a polarizing crystal. In this demonstration on screen, the polarizing crystal pointed the Jmod to the Dwarven Mines. I don't know if that's going to be the same for everyone. It might, but we'll see on Monday. Upon reaching the Dwarven Mines, you will see that the Jmod has found the fragmented soul. It looks very similar to a divination wisp, and as you can see on screen, it's going to be constantly moving around, which does mean that you're going to have to keep up with it in order to channel it and finally collect it. You are going to be getting divination XP for helping the soul out, so do keep that in mind. And collecting these souls is not instantaneous. As I said, the wisp is going to be moving around and you have to keep up with it, as it does take time to ultimately collect the soul. And while doing so, you can see that you're constantly getting XP drops. It is likely that these XP drops will scale with your divination level, though it was not stated in the stream, so I'm not particularly sure about that. Now, eventually you're going to be collecting the soul after some time, and then the crystal that you had previously, the polarizing crystal, will then give you the location of the next soul for you to gather. For this mini quest, there are 4 souls in the game world that you need to collect and finally complete to satisfy the task that Death has given you. That was all that's shown for the mini quest, so we don't really know much about how it pans out and what happens when you complete it, but we do know that completing mini quests will open up new repeatable activities in the new hub, which is the Draynor Manor grounds. Participating in these new repeatable events will earn you a new type of currency, spooky tokens. These tokens can be spent at a new store run by Death himself. Here you can buy several different types of cosmetics, such as a brand new Death scythe. It also includes some of the cosmetics you saw from the 2018 Halloween event, or if you weren't around then, you'll be getting these for the first time. You can also earn yourself some XP lamps, as well as XP stars, and your standard mystery boxes that we've seen come with limited time events in the past. One thing though that is important to note that I think a lot of you will be pleased to hear is that there is no way to buy spooky tokens. You cannot get these from bonds or rune coins or anything like that. They must be earned through regular gameplay. So hopefully you guys can appreciate that. This is something that would very easily be monetized by Jagex. We've seen them monetize these kinds of things time and time again, so I do appreciate that they opted not to, especially when they just launched Steam and there's a bunch of new players and it could have been a good opportunity to make some money. They decided not to. Let me know what you guys think about that. Anyways, another cosmetic that we actually will get your hands on, this will be a mini quest reward, is the Muncher pet. This is Death's dog basically. You can find him in Death's office, I believe. He has been given a graphical update with this, and as I said, he's an override for your familiars with his own combat and special attack animations. So once again, that particular one is a reward from a quest. It's not purchasable through the Death store. Next up, the last thing I really want to touch on is something known as Spooky Hour. So for the duration of the Halloween event, every single hour has a chance that it will instead become a spooky hour. What happens is this gives a benefit basically to the Halloween hub, if you want to call it that, in that all skilling done while in the Draynor Manor grounds will have an increased XP rates by 1 to 5% based on how much of the 4 mini quests you have completed. So obviously there is a little bit of incentive for you to complete the mini quests, because then you can benefit from the XP buff for these spooky hours. Anyways, that is pretty much it for all of the things that was shown off with the Halloween event. Do let me know what you guys think about anything we discussed in this video, the rewards, the rework to the Draynor Manor grounds, the fact that they opted to not monetize this event, or anything in between. In case you're wondering, I have said this in a previous video, but this update is coming out next Monday. It will be the last update for this month. With that, I'm going to wrap up the video there. Hopefully I do see you answering those questions I asked earlier in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I'm out. Aloha.